Help! Someone call a doctor! We have meat to cure! Ah, those of you who took my class knew what you were signing up for. Okay, guys, so today we are talking about curing meat, specifically of the pork variety. Today we'll be showing you how to cure pork belly into what is considered traditional bacon. You can find this at most shops that sell Hispanic items. Pork tenderloin, it needs to be organic and as unprocessed as possible. This is what we'll be using within the classroom. You'll need a scale as you saw before, black pepper, sugar, pink curing salt 1, not pink Himalayan salt, not pink salt number 2, number 1 specifically for bacon. We then need some kosher salt, some garlic, love that garlic, and brown sugar specifically for the bacon because I like my bacon sweet. The Canadian bacon will not be using brown sugar. So you'll need a very lovely digital scale like this one, and guess what? You have to weigh the meat because you'll be doing math for this formulas. So you put it on the scale and you're going to write down about how many grams it is. This is approximately 838 grams, and I just write it on the bag like so. And then I go, and once I finish that, I weigh out any other bags I have. And you want to go and have this down because, again, you have to use mathematic formulas. It's gasp. It's like algebra. So, again, I weigh the first pork tenderloin. And these ones actually, by pounds, were about the same. But when you go and weigh them in grams, you see that there's a slight difference. And that does matter for the curing process. So, again, we weigh it. And there we go. And, again, we just write the numbers on the side. And we get ready to do the formulas. Now, I went and wrote the formulas directly on the bags because it makes my life easy. And you can see we have several different formulas here. Don't worry if you're having trouble reading it right now. I will show you the panel later. But we have to go and solve this. Multiplying by percentages. So I'm going to need about 11 grams of salt almost. For the sugar, on this one I'm going to need about 5.5 grams. For the pink salt number 1, doing a little bit of multiplication, I need 1.4 grams of that. And for the black pepper, freshly ground of course, I will need 3.8 grams. Make sure to do this with any bags you have. Next, we're going to weigh. You're going to zero it out once you put the bowl on. And then you're going to pour in your ingredient. In this one, I'm starting with the kosher salt. And I recommend measuring out, but you'll pay attention to see how many grams it comes out to. And take out what you need. This is where you're going to want to use gloves so you can in fact do this. And do this with any other bowls that you have. Just pour it into your holding bowl and go from there. So as we can see here, we're going to zip through really quick. You go and you measure this with all the sugar, the pink salt, the black pepper, and brown sugar as needed. And you'll notice that in this, I am sorting out the ingredients into special bowls each time to make sure that I have what I need. Then you're going to mix them all up after adding in 1 spoonful of garlic. That's about all you need for about a pound. I decided to go 2 spoonfuls because you know me and garlic, I love it. So then you pour it in after you've mixed it up and rub it all over the meat. Make sure your hands are you have gloves on, of course. You go and take out the air, and you prepare to put it in the fridge. For those of you who didn't see the equations earlier, don't worry. Guess what? I'll pause it right here for you, right now. Go and write it down. Get a pen and pencil. Okay, so then you're going to put the meats into the fridge, and we're going to leave it in there for 4 days, flipping them over each time. Now, it takes about a week to do the whole process, by the way. Now you'll notice this is after just 24 hours, and notice the color difference. This is my first time flipping it. You won't see the other times. But you notice there is an incredible color difference already just from the curing. We have the osmosis process going. Moisture is being pulled out of the meat as salt and sugar make its way into there, carrying with it the flavor, any other flavors you have in there. So there's a lot you can do. And we'll flip it once a day for 4 days until we get to the final day. Then Friday, for us, we're going to take it out. We're going to do something a little weird. We're going to wash off the seasonings. We are going to very carefully do this under cold water with gloves on. We are not going to let it touch the sink. And we're just going to wash everything off. This helps get off any excess stuff. It stops the curing process. And you can really see the color difference in the meat from all this. You're then going to take a towel, a cloth towel, not the paper ones. Nobody wants paper stuck to anything. And you're going to very, very carefully dry the meat. We will be bleaching these towels, so don't worry about that. And then we put it on a rack, and this is where we're going to do something strange. We're actually going to let it dry for 8 hours to prepare for this, the smoking process. This is called a cold smoker. You'll notice there's no real heat. It's just that the ember and these heaters are smoldering a little bit. I just close up the box, leave it in there, and let it smoke. You generally do this in a cold environment. So since there is no heat to do this, we do have to kill off the bacteria and germs. So at an oven set to 350, we will cook it in the meat until it's at 140 once this is done. And if you're in class, now you get to see what it tastes like. If you're not, sorry. But hey guys, until next time, happy cooking!